So I just finished shooting another video and I totally forgot that I had to do a first impressions of these. So you'll be happy to know that I've got the JBL's Tune 230 NC, and a few of you have requested for these. I'm excited to review these because this is my first set of JBLs that I will be reviewing on the channel. Now keep in mind, this is a first impressions video. It doesn't go as in depth as my other reviews do. In my other reviews, if you're a returning viewer, you know of course that I get really in depth with some of these reviews. So if you would like some of those details and you'd like to come back for that, feel free to subscribe. So anyway, let's jump straight into the JBL Tune 230 NC. So anyway, let's slide this out and see what it's about. I like the layout of this. Upon reveal, when you unbox these, you get your extra ear tips. These look like the large and smalls. You get a USB-C charging cable, which is JBL orange. You do get the charging case and the earphones on the inside. Straight out of the box, if I'm being honest, I'm not very taken with the overall finish because I think the overall pricing of these is targeted at around the nothing area, so maybe 5,999 to 7,999. It's a bit plasticky. It seems a bit crude, a bit cheap, but anyway, let's put the earphones in and see if they charge up okay, if this thing is working. It's got neat little LED lights in the front, but I have to say I'm not too taken with this. It is a matte finish, which is nice, but it could have been done a bit better. Something about the way this case opens and closes. It is sort of spring loaded, but it doesn't sort of snap shut. There's too much tension to a certain point. Like once you pass a certain point, it should snap shut, but it doesn't do that. It pops open very easily, which is it's cool, but I like it when they snap shut. But anyway, it's got USB-C charging at the back lower end, which is cool. I'm sure it's got quick charge and everything. It's got these ridges on the case, which is it's a nice finish. You can sort of sit it onto your desk. You can lie it down or stand it up, I'm sure. The JBL branding, of course, right in front. Flip it open to reveal the right and left earbuds, which are easy to pull out actually. They're nicely laid out. It's not difficult. And because these are also matte, it's easy to just pluck them out of the case. These earphones are kind of thick. The housing for the driver looks a bit big. The stem is also quite thick. It's a chunky earphone. It is quite chunky. Okay, so upon sync up, it does have quick pairing. You just pop this open in front of your phone and it immediately wants to set up. So let's see, get hands-free help. Google Assistant. I don't use hands-free, so it's okay. But are you synced up? Connected for calls. Okay, so it's connected. Does JBL have an app or is it Hey Melody again? Okay, so I'm going through the manual and this does have a JBL headphones app. So I'm going to go into the Play Store and see if I can find it, JBL. And while that's installing, of course, this has got all your touch controls. I don't think this has any slide controls. It just looks like it's all taps. But it does have active noise cancelling, which is a good thing. Okay, so I've downloaded the app. Okay, it's found these earphones pretty quick. Dashboard, user guide. This seems pretty extensive. Okay, I can customize. Okay, ANC. It's a nice looking app actually. Ambient sound controls. Oh, I think I have to wear these for these to work. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to be busy with these for an in-depth review. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so it doesn't have a slide feature. I wish it had a slide feature because I mean, these aren't exactly an affordable set of earphones. Okay, they've got a set of, they've got Find My Buds like the nothings, which is cool. Yeah, so I think I'll have to fiddle with this app. Let me check this out. It's got a neat EQ section. So you've got your, you can choose between jazz, vocal, bass, club, and studio, but also customize your own. Whoa, that's really cool. I'm going to be fiddling with this for my in-depth review. So come back for that if you're interested to know how these sound in detail. Let's say that's for the app. So let's push on to how these handle the ANC. Oh, the ANC wasn't even on. It's on now. Oh, it's good. It's quite good. Yeah, I think this might be at par with the nothings. I think we've got a comparison coming up. Yeah, so these do well with the active noise cancelling. I wonder how many microphones this has. Yeah, it looks like these have three on each side. So nothing comparison kind of situation going on here. Let's move on to see how these sound on first impressions, obviously. I won't be getting too in detail with this, but let's just see. And I will not have any EQ setting on. Keep it on flat. And let's jump into some music. And the first thing that's come up is Peaceful, Easy Feeling by the Eagles. Volume 45-50% is comfortable. I don't need to go above this. Considering how big these earphones look, they sit very comfortably actually. These are definitely way better than the earphones I reviewed last, which was the Enco Air 2 Pro. Nice, soft, supple highs this has got. It's not shrill. Let's jump to something a little vocalish. I want to listen to some vocals. Firehouse. I've not heard Firehouse in years. My brother introduced me to them when we were much younger. They've got some nice music. Check out Lifehouse if you've not heard them before. This is an old one, Love of a Lifetime. It's one of the well-known tracks. This has recessed mids, but it doesn't do it in an exaggerated way like a lot of other budget earphones do it. I can still hear the entire spectrum of his voice. It's not like his lower registers are eliminated completely. Rather, he sounds like he's back in the distance. It gives it a little bit of dimension. It's quite nice. I think I really like these. I don't know, nothing can stand up to this. I really don't know. These might just be a little bit better than the Nothings. Wow. I don't remember smiling this much when I heard the Nothings. I like the way these sound. Forget the build quality. I don't care. It's all about the sound, man. It's all about the sound. Okay, let me jump to something a little heavier. Let's just see how the bass is. My go-to is usually Cafe de Flor, Dr. Rocket, and man, these earphones are hitting all the right notes. It's sounding really, really nice. It's not exaggerated. So you'd expect an exaggerated bass from JBL, at least that's what I was expecting. But after listening to the OnePlus Buds Z2, I now know what exaggerated bass is. These are controlled. They've got a certain maturity to them, the way they're handling the bass. JBL knows what they're doing with sound, man. They've been in the industry for so long. I know they're owned by Harman and all now, but these guys know what they're doing. When I opened the box and I saw the finish, I wasn't expecting much, but I think more of their funding has gone towards the sound than the build. Let me stop because I'd be very interested to spend more time with these. Obviously, I'll be working on an in-depth review after I'm done with this edit and it uploads. On first impressions, these look terrible. They honestly don't look like they're worth as much as they are because you've got things like Nothing and even OnePlus Buds for that matter. The Z2 have a really nice finish even though they're glossy. And I know I keep harping on about putting a matte finish, but I don't think this is how you do it. They've done a combination of matte and, well, the inner part is not really matte. It's a different texture, but I think the combination of the two throws this off a little bit. And also, I don't like the fact that you just sort of touch it slightly and it snaps open. So when you want to snap it shut, it doesn't really snap. It just goes that much. So to push it till really close for it to close, really. So these are the few gripes I have with it so far. The way these things sound, I think trumps the way they're built. I really like the way these guys have tuned this. They sound very nice straight out of the box. I will be spending a good amount of time with these earphones. I will be doing my usual call test and whatever else where I provide the call demo. So you can decide whether or not it's good enough for your recipient. And of course, I do hope this video has helped you in some way or the other. And if you do like the content on my channel, you know exactly how to support it. And of course, thank you for tuning into Paul's POV for some sound advice.